The tramway is currently taking a sabbatical, but it's business as usual as we continue our look at the small world of die-cast Land Rovers. In support of the videos, we also have a website which is packed with useful information, and also why not join our brand new Facebook group where we discuss all things to do with the small world of die-cast Land Rovers. The first of the new finds in the Cararama range is this little one in British Telecom livery. Now the main thing about this one is it has the WXX registration number, got a painted front grille and Type B wheels, and also has a painted exhaust. So this model is not in the first batch of models, because the early ones had Type A wheels coupled with the painted exhaust and axles, etc., and the painted vent panel. But this one is on the point where they switch over to the Type B wheels, and also the base has undergone a modification because it's got one rivet in the rear. So previously we had 5 variations in this casting and livery, and this one makes the 6th. Are there any more out there? I don't know. Not seen any evidence, so it's quite possible. The only thing I would say is there could be this fella with Type A wheels, so that would make that one of the earliest incarnations. It would probably fit between this one, because this one's yellow wheels, Type A, so it would probably fit in there, in between them. So that would probably be the very earliest, followed by that one, and then the others progressing in an order we're not quite sure of, to the Oxford die-cast release, which is a slightly different yellow and simplified vent panel and lamps, lights, etc. That's the very latest release, but the others would fall in line somewhere in between that and these two. Our next new find concerns this Army Red Cross ambulance, and this one's significant in the fact that it has Type A wheels, yet it has a silver vent panel, unpainted axles and exhaust, and featuring one rivet to the rear. So it makes this one slightly suspect, because why would it have the very early wheels when all the rest of the model is saying later? There's no evidence it's been tampered with, I can see, so yeah, bit of a strange one. The wheels aren't the crispest of depictions, so there could have been slightly transitory in the fact that it was on the point of changing over from Type A wheels to Type B, but an interesting one nevertheless. And don't forget, this one also comes with the small Red Cross, as you can see there, the difference in the two, whereas the large one comes below the mould line on the body. But so up to press, the large logo ones have the most casting variation, so that would suggest they are the original release. This one I would say is the original, because it's got the brown wheels, it's got painted underside, and 2 rivets in the rear, and the vent panel, etc. So that says that's the very early one. Then it's anybody's guess where we go from there. Possibly this one came next, with the ordinary wheels, type B wheels should I say. Then that one followed up to the rear. So if I had to place this one, I would go for in between them two again, on the fact that the wheels seem to be on the changeover, where these are definitely type B wheels, they're type A, so I would place that one in there. We've got one more to look at. Right, our third new find is this blue Army ambulance, and it's a later model because of everything we know about the later models. The main thing with it is that it has the WXX registration, whereas most other models in this feature the GPX number plate. So it seems to be the only one that they released or is available with the large logo. There are models with the smaller logo, and they do have the WXX registration number, but you can see the difference, the small logo there. Interestingly, these 3 models, these 3 new finds that we've been discussing in this video, the telecom one and the Army ambulance one, all came in one set, and the set is this 6-car set. Now the blue ambulance I've removed, so that was in there. The telecom one was there, and the Army ambulance was sat in there. Now the other models in this box are pretty unremarkable, with the exception of that one. That one is one of the earliest incarnations of the camouflage Land Rover. It's got the painted exhaust, etc, etc. So it would make me think that this set was released fairly early on in the production of these. Not at the very beginning, because possibly all the models would have featured the very early features, but these two don't. So it's some time after, and there's no signs this has been tampered with, that somebody had added or swapped out models, etc. So yeah, just strange that 3 in a row were these very, very hard to find models. That one is fairly common. I think they must have made more of this one than any other model, because the number of times they crop up with the painted exhaust and the Type A wheels is far more common than any of the other variations that we've seen. So a good set to find. We're still looking for a Type A, the early version of this one. Very hard to find, and the only 2 that seem to be out there is this with the later type exhaust, etc, and non-painted, the silver vent panel, etc. Whereas the very early one has everything you would expect with the painted exhaust, wheels, type air wheels, etc. But very difficult to find, very difficult. The UN one seems to be fairly standard right across, with there's one or two variations in it, but this one with the silver vent panel and the Type B wheels turns up. That's the one that turns up most of the time. Most of the time. Right, so that's it. 3 new finds. Quite pleased they all came along together. There's still a couple outstanding, but they're so difficult to find now. Obviously, once your collection reaches the point where you've only got a handful of models you're looking for, it becomes so difficult to find them. And I know of one I'm after, the Fire Brigade Land Rover, but it's in Australia. It's been up for sale a while. The Land Rover itself's not too expensive. You know, the model with the postage is very high, and then possibly get hit with import duties when it gets here. So I'm in two minds. I'll probably be weak one day and buy it, and probably regret it, but nevertheless, there might be one turn up in the UK, but I've got a sneaking suspicion they were only leased in Australia or that part of the world. Right, that's it for this one, I think. It'll be a while before there's another video. As I say, it's so hard to find these now. But you never know. Tomorrow I might go on the eBay and or other sites that I look at, and there they'll be set. But usually it's weeks apart now. Weeks apart. Right, okay then. Until the next one. Happy collecting.